Hello YouTube, welcome back to my channel. So today we are going to be discussing what actually happens, the different color, more like coloration that happens when you bleach hair, the different undertones. A lot of people talk about levels, but today if you want to know about the different type of undertones that are exposed in hair as you bleach it, stay tuned and watch this. This video was hard for me to do because I was really trying to figure out how to explain and break down things for everybody to understand it. I have talked a little bit about brassiness in the Willa video, in the purple versus blue shampoo video, bleaching dark hair video, and I kind of wanted to just go down into undertones and even why we cancel out brassiness with different toners that's out here on the market. And it's kind of hard to explain what happens because depending on what your hair color is, if you're dark like me, well, this is a wig, but if you are dark like me, or you were almost like a brunette, or even you were down to closer to being blonde, like more like what we call a dirty blonde and not a full blonde, you will have something exposed, some type of undertone exposed in your hair. And a lot of us stylists or even people use the word hair levels when actually we really mean undertones when you bleach hair. So there's a lot of good videos on here about hair levels. I will link those videos on YouTube in my description below. But then, so I'll quickly touch upon levels. The levels is how dark or light your hair is. So ranging from my hair is black, which is like a #1, all the way to a really light blonde, which is like a level 9. So the different variations in color, where how light or how dark you are, is what we refer to as hair levels. Now undertones, breaking it down, is what is really exposed as you bleach your hair. Now this could be somebody who's really virgin, or somebody who's been dyeing their hair and using different colors, maybe coppers, red, browns, and so what happens when you can't really lift with color, which is more so when you're lifting with color, you can just pretty much jump up to from one level, 1, 2, or 3 levels of lift, and after that, as you want your hair to be lighter, you can't really use color anymore. You have to jump down to the bleach, and that's what we all have frustrations with when you lift your hair and it's too brassy, has too much red in it, too much orange in it, too much yellow in it, and then you say, I don't like my hair because I don't like the way it looks. You don't really like how these undertones that were exposed during the bleaching process look. And usually if your hairdresser kind of tones your hair properly, the right way, or even lifts your hair the right way, you might end up liking what the tonation looks like, after the undertones were exposed. So today I'm going to do a demo. I'm going to try, I try to do these demos and kind of show the different undertones that are exposed when you bleach hair. I'll start from a really black, I'm going to use a black, I guess a black track, or, black hair that's almost considered like a level 1. And then I'll jump to maybe like a level 4 and then try and expose some orange tones. And then, see how light that will get, maybe from a level 4 to maybe a 7 or 8. And then maybe even bleach like more like very blonde hair and try and get it to be platinum. So that you guys can see the different levels that are being exposed when people try and bleach hair, because that's what the issue is. It's not that the person didn't do a good job, you didn't do a good job, but then it depends on how long you let the bleach sit on there. I always talk about that, and how much of volume of developer that you use and the timing in which you use to bleach that particular type of hair that you were bleaching. Also considering the fact things in the hair, like, you know, how resistant and coarse somebody's hair is, how porous the person's hair is, how much strength the person's hair is as you're bleaching. So let us not ignore those things that come with bleaching hair in the particular person and the individual's hair that you're bleaching. Some people have very coarse resistant hair and they don't really lift up quickly like some other people do. And of course, if you've been bleaching your hair for years, you've been lathering color on your hair, black, browns, changing in and out, your hair kind of sort of gets confused because, okay, what are you doing here? So as you're trying to lift that with bleach, all these other colors that you have been putting in your hair starts getting exposed, and that's when you start to have issues when you're trying to lift your hair and you don't get the kind of color that you're looking for. So today, let's get down to the nitty-gritty and let's try and break down this whole undertones that I exposed during the bleaching process. It will kind of help you, even me, you know, and some beginner hairstylists or just anybody that kind of wants to know what is being exposed. I know a lot of people do bleaching at home and they see these tones and they're kind of confused. Okay, so what am I seeing and how do I get that particular look? So if you understand this, and even as a person who goes to a hairstylist, you'll be able to understand what happens and maybe explain better to your hairstylist what you're trying to achieve. So I hope I can get this down and break this down properly so we can all get a good understanding of what happens and what undertones really mean when you lift hair.
This is a chart that shows the different hair levels, and also the contributing pigment, the undertones that I'm trying to expose and show you in this video. So we are starting from a very dark base, which is a, a black or a dark brown, and then we are going to move into the reds, and then we are going to go into the gold family or yellow family and see if we can move past it. So we're going to use this chart as a reference to kind of explain what's happening out here when we try to lift or lighten hair.
I have about level 1, 2 hair, and I'm going to use this to check levels. I have the natural, not the neutral one. I couldn't find my neutral one, so I just used the natural level system. It's close enough. And as I look at it, this is in the range of level 1 and 2. And so I want to lift it up into the red zone. I have bleach ready. It's Blonde Me bleach. Mixing ratio 1 part of bleach to 1.5 parts of developer, and I use 40 volume developer from Blonde Me. I have a timer here because I kind of wanted to time how long it would take to get to that undertone that I'm trying to expose. So I'm gonna pretty much apply, and then we can see what happens and the changes. I want you guys to see the changes as we go. So I'm applying bleach on here like this, like so, and then we're gonna see what happens. So I'll start the timer up. It's set to 40 minutes. So let's see what happens as this begins to change tones, or change undertones, if I should say.
40 volume is a high developer, so I anticipated that the swatch was going to lift quickly, and it sure did lift very quickly. And we are within the red brownish family. In this place, you can expose all types of browns, dark reds, and it's okay because most regular color lines can lift 3 to 4 levels with no problems, and the color will be nice and balanced. In this frame coming up, she has dark red color, and within this reddish family you can pretty much get the dark reds, the burgundies, and these colors all look nice. You can also use bleach to do this. Most color lines can do it as long as you are virgin. And also you can get the copper tones like in this frame, and the color looks all nice and we have no problems moving forward. I lifted up the same swatch, and within the 40-minute mark, I was able to expose this reddish orange undertone. This is the tone that most people hate, and that's where all the problems start. Most people do not want to leave the salon with their hair looking this orange, or even if they don't like copper colors, they do not want their hair to be looking like this. And so, as hairdressers, that's how we're supposed to know to neutralize their hair with green, bluish toners so they can leave the salon with a more desirable look. Also, since these colors also wash out after you tone the hair, it's best to advise your clients to use blue base shampoo so they can maintain their hair and eliminate brass as they have color in their hair or continue to keep color. To recap, we have the original swatch that I bleached, and I got the red undertone and I got the red orange undertone, and you can see them side by side together. You can see it's very distinguished. You can see the different undertones that has been exposed as the bleach sat on the hair longer. So I decided to use much lighter hair so I can lift up hair into the more orange zone, and I was able to get to this zone, but fortunately or unfortunately, the hair that I used had a very cool tone and it didn't come out really brassy like some hair look when they get into the orange zone. And so I have a picture that's coming up to show you how the hair kind of looks like in the orange zone. And also, this is also a place that most clients also do not like. And over here, you are completely trying to combat the brass with a blue base tone, and of course, also sending them home with a blue base shampoo. So I already had some hair that had existing yellow undertones in it, which is considered the 613 hair that we usually buy. And it already had the yellow undertones in it, so I didn't have to do any bleaching for this one. And then what I did was that I decided to bleach it for another 40 minutes so it can expose and break down all the yellow undertones so we can get more into the almost white platinum zone. This is the place where all the pastel colors that most people desire to have is at. Now, when you have dark hair, this place is a very hard place to get to, and it will take you a couple bleaching sessions for you to get to this really light color that most clients desire. So at this place, this is where you can get the pastel colors, the rose gold colors, the pinks, the blues, the light blues, the minty greens, and also the gray, almighty gray color that a lot of people desire. And so if your hair is not this white, unfortunately, you cannot get those pastel colors, and that is why most stylists try to explain to their clients, and it's kind of difficult for them to get that their hair is not light enough to get these pastel colors. So to sum everything up, I have everything lined up close to each other so you can see the various undertones that were exposed during the bleaching process. I have the, I guess, somewhat black hair that I bleached to the red, and then I got to the red orange undertone. Then I moved to the orange undertone, and then we have the yellow hair that I already had, which I bleached a little bit more to get the platinum color.
So today is another day and I finished this video for you, and I hope you like it. I hope my different illustrations made sense. It makes you understand what actually happens in the lifting process. If anything you don't get from this, what I expose, the different undertones that I expose, I wanted to be able to show that this is a very big confusion in the hair color community, and to be able to get down to the nitty-gritty and know what you are supposed to be seeing when you're bleaching hair is very important. It helps you know the different tones that you're going to use to counter react and get the hair back to the neutral tones that most people like, or even cancel out brassiness. So if you like this video, comment below and let me know what you think. It took me a while to figure this out, but you know, I do this for you. So subscribe to my channel, click the notifications button so that you can get notified, blah, blah, blah. We say this all the time, but I want you to get notified every time I have a new video. So, till next time, I hope you enjoyed this video and I will talk to you soon. Bye.